AITAH for ruining my cousins' lives after they bullied me my whole life? For cultural and familial context, I come from a highly traditional family. The kind of family that still does arranged marriages with dowries and looks down on premarital relations. My grandparents were arranged, as were my aunt and mother. Another bit of information, I am the product of unconsented sex, you know what I mean. My mom told me not long after I turned 7 since she knew my aunt and cousins could use it against me. And she was right. And me being unfazed and unhurt by my cousins' taunts made them turn most of our community against me. I had people throw things at me. I was a social pariah, just known as the R-word baby or other nicknames that are too vulgar to type here. People pitied my dad, since he was being forced to raise me, which was very untrue. My dad loves me to bits. My maternal grandparents were the cause of a lot of stress. My grandmother heavily favored my aunt and cousins, often brushing my mom and I to the side. We were left out of family holidays and not invited on family trips. When my grandmother passed, my mom and I got a combined few thousand, while my grandfather got most of her estate and my aunt and cousin received assets worth a solid 100,000 combined. My cousins, in all their bratty glory, bragged and said inheritances for family only. Though, by that point in time, I had just learned to ignore them. I got scholarships to pay for college and scraped by doing campus jobs. I graduated a few years ago and was bouncing between jobs when I got a call from my grandfather wanting a meeting. The meeting, held the following week, revealed that my aunt was actually not my grandfather's biological child. Turns out, my grandmother had gotten pregnant from a coworker not long before her marriage to my grandfather was arranged. This meant that my aunt and cousins would only receive the rest of my mom's estate, assets, and properties once he died, not any of his. This got my cousins mad, who defended their mom and said that DNA didn't mean anything. I piped up and reiterated what they had said all those years ago, and that since they didn't share grandfather's blood, they aren't entitled to his inheritance. I think my aunt was just in shock, since she just got up and walked away. My cousins tried to fight my grandfather, but he was ironclad in his decision. When they left, my grandfather gave me and my mom each a check for emotional damages. I bought a huge plot of land with that money with the plan to build my dream house once I got my full inheritance. 7 months ago, my grandfather passed away, and I got my full inheritance after 4 months. It was a life-changing amount of money. I paid off my minimal debts and car, set aside a sizable amount for investing, and upgraded my inherited properties to rent out. The income I make from renting, along with my investments, have allowed me to go part-time at work, which helped me make more time for my old hobbies. Construction of my house has started recently, and some people that once knew my cousins found out I came into money. They started messaging me, asking how I've been and what I'm up to. It gave me flashbacks, all the bullying and torment, and they had the nerve to be friendly to me. One of our old classmates was blunt and simply asked how I was able to afford doing all this, and I figured since my cousins had to out me as a R-word baby, then I shouldn't hold back in outing them. So, I told the classmate the full truth. My aunt was a bastard child, my cousins are alleged mate to my grandfather's family, and that my mom and I were his only true ears. It didn't even take 48 hours before my phone was being blasted by my cousins, who said I ruined their lives since nobody wants to talk to them now. I simply replied sucks being on the other end of the stick, before blocking them. I have been in therapy since I got out of college, healing from how I was treated my whole childhood and teenage years. I was satisfied that they now knew just a smidge of my pain, but then my own mom texted me, saying that it was too far to unplug their social lives. I figured I was just returning their actions, revenge and some might say karma. But the fact my own mom, the same one everyone shunned, is saying I went too far is making me second guess myself.